Coach, thank you so much for joining us. Another season about to begin. Preseason's almost over. Talk a little bit about what you've seen that's impressed you from preseason this season.
Well, I think we've had a few setbacks in some ways, but I'm not opposed to seeing a little blood on the floor and stitches being brought to the forefront. So I think the kids have been training hard and working hard, and I'm looking forward to see if we can get a good team together.
Earlier in the season, we talked a little bit about offensive gaps, the departures of Ayanna Whitney and Megan Courtney. Talk a little bit now that you have seen the team in here about where you think the offense is going to be headed this year.
Well, Megan was a great all-around player. We haven't had a lot of 6 rotation players that started for 4 years, but so she did a lot of things well for us, and Ayanna was a terrific offensive player. So certainly we're going to have to find the offense elsewhere, but I think Haleigh Franti and Simone Lee have improved their offensive arsenal, and hopefully they'll be able to pick up a few extra points that that we're going to be missing.
Well, I mean, obviously no one's going to replace Megan and no one's going to replace Ayanna, but I think a major key in our offense this year is just having a lot of widespread diversity. We never know really what's going to be happening, but we know that no matter what, we're going to have to spread around the offense a lot more than we did last year, and we want to make sure that even if we don't have that specific go-to hitter, we still have a lot of players that can put the ball on the floor when we need it to.
Those are 2 really big holes, 2 really big offensive players that we had that graduated, and they're going to be tough to replace, but it's not so much that we're replacing them, it's just that other people are doing more than what they had to do last year. So we don't have a Megan Courtney because we don't have someone that can see the court as well. We have both Haleigh Franti and Simone Lee that can hit really well on the outside. And then when it comes to Ayanna offensively in the middle, I think we're spread really well, and then I'm just going to do what I did last year.
And you also have Stanford and Colorado on the schedule. Talk a little bit about how the non-conference schedule prepares you for the gauntlet that's the Big Ten season.
Well, I mean, the Big Ten is always a real challenge because it's something that happens over a 10-week period. But we've been playing Stanford for a long time, and I always like to have one of those weekends put together. It also affords me an opportunity to see a lot of the players that I recruited. So I like the idea of playing Stanford. We've never played at Colorado, and I know it's a great venue, and a lot of people that play there say there's a lot of challenges associated with the altitude as well as how good Colorado is. So, I think it's just part of the schedule. You play 3 or 4 teams in the early part of the season that give you a good check on where you are, and then the Big Ten Conference can slap you around pretty good, and you hope the body of work is good enough to get you in the NCAA. So, I'm responsible for the preseason schedule. The conference is responsible for the conference schedule, and the NCAA committee does that. So, I just worry about trying to get us to be ready to play every night and compete as best we can.
I'm really excited to go home to Colorado, mostly because my family gets to see me play, and they haven't seen me play in a really long time, so I'm really excited to see them. And then we also play Stanford when we go to Colorado, which is always a big match because they're such a great team. They're physical, they're a big swinging team, they have really big players, so it'll be awesome to play against someone at that level.